This is your sign. You are allowed to be present in this moment, wherever you are. Just be present. Hi, welcome back to Sweet Infinity. My name is Kieran, and I'm doing a 30-day challenge where I'm going to be reading one card from one of my tarot decks or oracle decks and discussing the meaning of that card with you. I hope it resonates with you. So, today's reading is going to be from this deck. It's called the Citadel. It's a bit shiny. Let me see if I can catch the light here. The Citadel. It's called a Fantasy Oracle deck. It's a really cool little deck I found some years ago. It has this copper metallic lining on the box and on the cards, and the rest of it are black and white with some red elements. So it's a really interesting card just from a design standpoint. It's an oracle deck, which means it's just a unique representation of the artist and their vision. And the artist here is Fez Inkwright. That's the name of the artist. So it's a little hard to see on the camera, but looks like that. It's very beautiful. And this is the box it comes in. And the way it opens is very unique because you open it from the bottom like this. You take out the inner packaging, and in here, the cards themselves are actually this shape. They're sort of an octagon shaped, the cards, and then the cards themselves have these gold or copper inlays, and it's really cool. And the artwork is very unique, as usual with all of these decks. And then there's this shiny metallic inlay, and it's just a great little deck. And it comes with a little guidebook. So I'm going to be reading from the guidebook once I pick the card. So I'm going to shuffle the deck. And in the meantime, please remember to subscribe, like, share this video. I would love it if you would share this with one person who you think might find it interesting, how we go through these insights and the artwork on this channel. And I'd also love it if you would leave a comment and just tell me how your day was. What are you present with? What are you sitting with these days? So, two cards fell out. That happens sometimes when you're shuffling. And generally, we think that those are the two cards that are calling to you. So let's see. I've got the Walker and the Poet. So these two cards, the Walker and the Poet. And when two cards fall out like that, when you're shuffling, you're supposed to read them together because they're somehow connected. So the Walker and the Poet. So I'm going to find those cards in the guidebook and read them out, and then give my interpretation of what I think that means. So, the Poet, I believe, is earlier on in the guidebook here. The Poet. This beautiful card. It's like a hand, and it's holding some flowers or a feather, and then there's some other beautiful flowers with the copper inlay in here. Okay, so it says, music, laughter, the swirl of beautiful dresses. Tonight is a night free from care and the troubles of the outside world. Amongst the dancers, a single figure draws the attention of everyone present. A flash of embroidered silk, the wave of a hand, a voice as clear as a bell. The poet is life itself, pure and undiluted, instantly in love with every new person they meet. They are drawn to people just as people are drawn to them. A sonnet ready for every new spark of love. There is love on the horizon, and it's up to you to embrace it. Whatever your hesitations, it's time to accept the heart-pounding, tumbling chaos that is opening yourself up to another. Write poems. Find your song. Love is a creative work. Be your imaginative, authentic self, and let other like-minded people flock to you. This is when you will experience true happiness. So that was the Poet card. So it's about being in love, being open to fresh new ideas and to new people, writing poetry, getting in touch with your creative side, your artistic side, and letting yourself indulge in that celebration of life that you can do, only you can do, and you can do in small ways and big ways, however works for you, whether it's listening to a song or collecting wildflowers or painting something, whatever works for you. I think that's what this card is about. On the Poet card, on the bottom, it says relationships and vulnerability. And on the Walker card, it says the unknown and a journey. So in this card, there's like hills and birds and some flowers, and there's sun rising in the back. Okay, so let's look up the Walker card meaning. Like their sibling, the Pilgrim, the Walker is bound to an eternity of journeys. The Walker constantly seeks new experiences and the unknowing nature of transition. An air of sadness ever on their heels. Whatever they're searching for, or whatever they're running from, they haven't yet found their answer. A sense of regret seems to be coloring everything lately, sucking away the joy of the journey. Perhaps you've been forced to leave something behind in order to move forward. Or maybe it's the result of circumstances beyond your control. Whatever it is, this pain is necessary to a point. Rather than wallowing in this self-punishment, shed that regret and move on. Interesting combination of cards there. The Walker and the Poet. So, yeah, and on the back of the cards also there's this beautiful imagery of like an ancient city. So yeah, these two cards are what flew out of the deck as I shuffled it. Very interesting. I find this deck to be very mysterious and also very modern, but also esoteric at the same time. These two cards together, they can seem very different because the Poet card is about new experiences, fresh new love, you know, whether it's a person or an activity or a hobby or artwork or creative endeavor that you're into. And then the other card is about regret and walking away from things that are over or that you've had to leave behind. And I feel like the two of them coming out here together, it's telling me that there has to be some pain that you process by the creative processes that you are rediscovering or that you are aching for, yearning for. So basically, whatever it is that you have had to let go or that you have had to learn to say goodbye to, whether it's a person who has passed on or moved on, or a situation that has changed, maybe our own youth. That's possible. The way to process that letting go, the walking on, is through this being a poet. Whether it's through words, writing poetry, making music, writing art, making art, crocheting, knitting, sewing, making candles, or doing like theater, acting, putting on school plays with neighborhood kids, or some kind of community theater. Whatever it is, the creative thing that you're going to do or that you can do is going to help you process the regret and the things you've had to let go of. That's what I'm seeing out of these two cards, that they're connected. The pain fuels the creative raw material, and the creativity allows you to process the raw material. So they're needed. So even though the stuff is painful, whether it's something you did or something somebody else did or something that you didn't do or something somebody else did not do or something that ended or something that never started, whatever it was, it is time to move on. And the walker is about walking, Walking is also a really good activity. Highly recommend it. Okay. Just as, if you can do it, if you are able to do it, I highly recommend walking as a regular daily activity. Whether it's outside or inside, on a treadmill. I've even walked back and forth in my apartment from one corner to another 20 times. And that gives me 2,000 steps or whatever in a day. So walking is a very good activity. But if you can do it outside, that's even better. In this case, the walker is somebody who walks away, somebody who picks up and walks away and decides, you know what, that's it. We're done here. It's time to walk away. Time to let go. Poet is the walker after they have walked away. And now they are relaying that story, relaying the lessons of what they went through to understand it for themselves and to convey the story and what they learned from that to others who may be interested, who may come after them, who may have walked the same path, who may have experienced the same kind of thing. Write poetry. Write poetry. It doesn't have to be this or that. It doesn't even have to rhyme. Just write. Write something. Write a couple of words. The beauty of poetry is that there are no rules. Write something else. Write a story. Write an essay. Write a journal entry. Nobody else has to see it. You can share it or you can keep it to yourself. Everybody can do it. Everybody can do it in your own words, in your own way. Paint something, draw something. Abstract if you want. Create something. It really helps. The poet is about creating something. The poet wants to create. The poet wants to tell the story somehow, or convey the experience, the emotion somehow. The walker is the one who had the experience, and the poet is the walker after they have walked away. And sometimes we have to go through this over and over in different ways because life keeps throwing things at you. And I also think that it's a bit sad that nowadays we think that artists, poets, singers, musicians are a special breed of people. I don't think so. I think everybody has something creative in them. Okay? I can't coordinate my eye and hand movement, so I'm not a very coordinated dancer, but I love to dance. And I have danced my whole life. But I'll never be a professional dancer. And there are other people who can sing amazingly. There are people who can play instruments. In a lot of cultures, art is a communal activity. Different people do different things. Somebody bangs on drums and another person sings and another person, uses some other instrument or claps or whatever, or does chorus work. Just because you might not be a big-time musician or a big-time writer doesn't mean you don't have the creative impulse and the ability to do something. Just have fun with it. That's what life is about, and you're allowed to have fun with it. When you were a child, I'm sure you experimented with crayons and drawing all over the walls, or chalk, or clay, sculpting with clay. Play. Just like when you were a child, you're allowed to do something creative. And that's really what this is. It's about falling in love with being in wonder again, with being creative and just playing with the raw material that the walker has. This is the person with the raw material. This is the one who makes something beautiful, something fun out of it. So you are allowed to do that. And I want you to try something, anything creative, fun. Write some words. Paint a picture, draw something. Whatever you have around you, use it. I hope that this has been helpful for you. I hope that this resonated for you. I would love to hear from you. Is there something creative that you are thinking of starting? Something you've maybe delved a little into or have thought about, but you're not sure? Well, you have permission to do that creative endeavor. Tell me about it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Please share, subscribe, like the video, all of the fun stuff. Come back again. I will do another card reading for you. Take care of yourself and take care of each other.